Welcome to Through the Lens of Astrology. I'm your host, Heather Ariel, and this episode is all about the spring equinox. Yeah, only the most important day of the entire Western zodiac. So, yeah, I think we're going to have some things to talk about today. And joining me, I'm so excited, is Carolyn Oakley, independent publisher and graphic designer. Carolyn Oakley of Luminous Moon Design and Press. And I'm so excited she's here because she was with us, if you all remember, for the very powerful winter solstice. The solstices and the equinoxes are such powerful times in the Western zodiac because they represent not only new zodiac signs coming in, but new seasons. And they are all about transitioning energy. Now, each time the sun changes signs, yeah, we have transitioning energy and we do follow, things are in order. Aries begins everything and then that's going to ease into Taurus. And there is a beautiful evolution that takes place that we are supposed to be growing as that energy is evolving. But the winter and summer solstice, the spring and fall equinox, those are especially strong transitions where we all need to be extra present with our energy because they are powerful shifts forward. And we're going to talk about why that is. Some of it has to do with the cardinal energy. We're going to talk about the modality. We're going to talk about the fiery element that helps to make things happen. So, yeah, we're going to do a deep dive into all things Aries and spring equinox. And I'm going to do a wonderful, unique oracle card spread that I developed especially to help us manifest these potent, dynamic, active spring equinox energies. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And then I'm going to do a special cosmic forces at the end of the program to really bring us all together, to really help us as a group move forward very quickly because that's Aries. Quickly and immediately move forward and move forward quite fearlessly as well. So we're going to end the show with that. But to get us started, Carolyn Oakley, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you so much, Heather. I'm so happy to be here. It's really neat to have been together for the winter solstice, and now that seasonal change, we're coming back together for the spring equinox. So that's really cool. I am very excited to hear what you have to say about Aries and Mars and spring and new beginnings. So I'm really excited for this show.
Now, what are you must have a new project. You are always juggling so many projects. What's one of your latest ones?
I am juggling several projects, and one that I'm particularly excited about is a book by this wonderful man, Samuel Avital, who lives here in Boulder, but he was born in Morocco. I believe he's in his 80s.
Oh.
So I don't know exactly how old he is, but so I'm pretty sure he was born in Morocco in the 1930s, and that was a different world. The world was a very different place back then, and he is such an amazing man. He's lived a long time. He's traveled the world. His family actually traces its lineage in the Sephardic tradition. So they carried with them the beautiful ancient wisdom of the Kabbalah. And so he grew up in that tradition. And when he was young, though, he started traveling the world, and he went to Israel. He later went to Paris, France, Europe, and Scandinavia. And as he traveled, he encountered different wisdom traditions, including the alchemical traditions, Sufi traditions, and which he incorporated into his Kabbalistic learnings. And then he landed in France for a while and he discovered Etienne de Creux and Marcel Marceau. And so he realized that he had found in mime what he considered to be the essence of human expression. And he studied with Marcel Marceau for quite a while and became a very, they became very close friends as well as teacher student. And so Samuel incorporated all of this beautiful wisdom of the Kabbalah, of mime, of the Sufi traditions, and he came to New York in the 1960s, and he created he started, let's see, he started working with the Pantomime Theater of New York and taught around the world, and then later came to Boulder in the 1970s and created or established Le Centre du Silence Mime School and the Boulder Mime Theater. And so he's really well known in the world of theater and, of course, mime and performance. And so he uses mime to help teach people how to be really present with their energy, and to use the body to help transform energy. So I've learned so much working with these books. So his latest book is called From Ecstasy to Lunch, which
I
I
love
love that title.
That's
Isn't that great? And in that he, the title really what that talks about is shifting energies,
right.
right? So from the profound to the mundane, from ecstasy to lunch and back again.
And isn't that what it's all about? We want to be able to live a beautiful poetic expression, but we also need to be present in very practical ways. And so that's why I do always talk about, okay, what are some immediate ways we can bring some healing in, even though we're talking about those big issues. And I just have to
Mhm.
say, Carolyn did tell me that she had a surprise that she thought I'd be very happy with. So I didn't know exactly what she was going to be talking about, but I love this. This is so perfect. This is Carolyn. This is so perfect, not only just for my show, but for the spring equinox, because it is all about how do we connect with transitioning energy. So go ahead and tell us about this book.
Right. So I agree with you. I think it's perfect for spring energy. And he's talking about the transitional moment of shifting, right? And how we can shift quickly and consciously from
Oh
one
my
state to
gosh.
another.
Yes.
And so it's a beautiful book. In it, he's collected his writings, his poetry. He writes beautiful poetry, a lot of anecdotal stories that just sort of share the wisdom that he's gleaned over the years. And so we just released that book in print, and also I'm now working on one of his books called The Body Speak Manual, which actually has the exercises for incorporating movements of body and mind and bringing your body and mind together. And I'm not prepared to do any of those exercises this time, but I think we should, make
Oh, are
another.
you kidding? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Carolyn, you're coming back now.
we'll do that.
Always love when we
Right.
get together because this is what it's like. We just surprise each other. It's so electrifying, and then one thing leads to another. So you
Yeah,
will be coming back, and you're going to be doing those
that
because
would be great.
thing, I have a big theater background, and I did a lot of Twyla Tharp, and that's all about how can we experience energy, and this is what you're talking about with
Exactly.
with what with
That's right.
Samuel Avatar is doing. Sam,
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if you ran into some of his teachings. You've got a theater background, you've been in New
absolutely,
York, you might have run
absolutely.
into these. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Marcel, even though I mean I'm obviously not a
Right.
mime, but any if you study theater, you always have to do a mime class. You've got
Oh,
to do a little bit
wow.
of everything. That's how that goes. And
That's
that
cool.
because of that background, it really helped me to be present with the energy. And so I always,
Yes.
right now, even if, yeah, okay, we can't be doing these exercises right now if you're not ready. But guess what? Everybody listening and watching this video, uh, go ahead and connect. I'm going to talk about what Aries energy is, and you
Right.
can get that into your body by just physicalizing, by
That's right.
doing the movement and saying, well, how does that make you feel? If I start talking about fire and something that is hot and something that's going to really warm you up and is active and is dynamic and is fearless, how are you going to express that in your body? Now, I'm very vocally sensitive, so then I would also do what does that sound like, right? And then
Mhm.
make, and
Right.
that's very Twyla Tharp to do a
Right.
sound and a movement. So anything that can help you experience your energy
Right.
in
That's right.
all kinds of ways, right? Sound, physical, intellectually, that's what it's about. Because then we become in balance with our energy.
Right.
That's the key. And then we can easily manifest. I am so excited, Carolyn, that you're talking about this person and that you know him. I didn't even know this. And how long have I known you?
I
And
know. Right.
full of surprises. I didn't know you knew him, and now you're working on this book. So,
Yeah.
so one
He's
little question, gee, Carolyn, what you got a project? What you working on? Boy, look where that led.
Yeah, well, and I one of the reasons I thought you would particularly like Samuel and his work is because of what you do in your workshops. I love that
Oh
you
yes.
incorporate the Twyla Tharp movement and sound into your workshop. I've known you for a long time, and I didn't know you did that. So
Oh,
when
that's
I
so
took your
funny.
workshop, I went, "Oh, this is cool! Like this is you offer so much in your workshops." Um, that I didn't even know you did. So yeah, he's great. If what I suggest you check out, there's an interview that he did just in February, and it's on his Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Samuel.Avital, Avital, and he's really fun to listen to and to watch. And you might be able to pick up on a couple of the movements. I think you would really love it.
Oh my gosh, this is okay. This is so inspirational and just perfect for a new beginning in Aries. It's let's reconnect to all of this, get us moving because Aries is movement, right? It's
Right.
doing. Action, fire is action. Fire signs are the doers of the zodiac. So it is just perfect to talk about let's actually do movement. Let's
Right.
like be real doers right now. Oh, this is great. Okay. So, all right, now let's bring in maybe this is just beautiful. What a beautiful transition. Okay, let's bring in now the energy of Aries and the energy of the spring equinox. 0 degrees Aries is the beginning of the entire Western zodiac. It is the most powerful degree. Okay, 0 degrees Aries. And the spring, that's why the spring equinox is so significant because it represents the absolute most dynamic and powerful. It's even called an Aries point. And I did touch on Aries points a couple of weeks ago, but just to remind people, the first, so 0 degrees of all cardinal signs are considered Aries points. So we have 0 degrees Aries, we
Mhm.
have 0 degrees Cancer, which brings in the summer solstice. We have 0 degrees Libra, which brings in the fall equinox, and 0 degrees Capricorn, which brings in the winter solstice. And so they're all called Aries points. Hey, if look in your, get out your natal chart and see, do you have an Aries point? Because it's a big deal. It can be a very public point of the chart, which means see what sign is in, what house is your Aries point in, what is the ruler, what house does it rule, because you will have an exceptional you will have an exceptional opportunity. Okay, you can become very public or do something very public, whatever is connected to that energy. So it's a big deal. Find your Aries point, and the 0 degrees Aries is the most powerful, but they're all incredibly powerful and they are connected to new beginnings. All right. So, oh,
That's really cool. I'm just going to interrupt you to say that
yes,
I just pulled out my chart, of
I
course,
love it. I
because
love it.
um and I have Aries on the midheaven,
Oh, you do? Yes, you
and
do.
it's actually not quite 0 degrees, but it's 1 degree, one
Wait,
degree
is it
and 13
one?
whatever's
Okay. And you
minutes.
know what? I remember, and it could even be a 0 degrees because I feel that we needed to rectify that chart a little bit. So that's very close. Being you are bringing in uh, uh, the essence of Aries. Okay. And
Oh,
that's a great
interesting.
thing. Let's talk about what happens because you're talking about the midheaven. So
Right.
Carolyn has Aries on her midheaven. Let me get the midheaven card. Okay, that's an angle, and I always talk about how important angles are. Angles make things happen, and this is a very
Right.
public house. This is, when we can find, this is the first degree of your 10th house. This is when,
Right.
we can find out things about you where we don't know you intimately, and it is your career, what you do, your profession, and whatever degree and whatever sign is on your midheaven, that is going to reveal so much about, um, what is maybe, it illuminates your professional path. So for Aries is so independent. And how did I
Mm.
start this? I described Carolyn as independent publisher. And she runs her own business. I mean, luminous
And my tagline is
friends.
illuminating new ideas and independent voices.
Oh, Carolyn,
That's
I
all,
love
that's what
it.
I'm about, is
That is
helping.
what you're about.
Yeah, independent, because a lot of the people that I work with are people who would not be picked up by traditional publishing houses. So that's what I'm all about, is giving the individual a voice.
That's so beautifully put. And I mean, you are okay. Carolyn is my publisher, and that is one reason she's my publisher, because I had a specific vision as
Right,
well. And Carolyn is going to work with people to then, yes, she contributes so much, but she's also helping to honor, that
right,
independent pioneering vision of, oh, okay,
right.
you want to put a reverse
What?
message on your card.
Right,
Okay, I'm going to work with this. Where
right.
I'm telling you, other publishers would have been like, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, they would not have let you do it. They
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
have.
not
I can tell
happening.
you that. Right.
So I think that is such a beautiful expression of Aries energy. It
Mm.
is pioneering, it is visionary, it is independent, and you are encouraged. So if you have Aries in your chart anywhere, you really want to embrace the pioneering, visionary energy. But when the spring equinox rolls around, when energy in general is in Aries, that gift is open to all of us. It is a time to say, let's go forward. Let's be fearless. Let's fearlessly move forward. Let's
Right.
go ahead and take a risk. It's risk taking energy, Aries. It
So
is
do you recommend that people then find where Aries is in their chart and then look at the cusp of the house that Aries is on, and then they would say, okay, this is the area in my life where there's going to be a lot of energy right now where I can go forward and
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. If you have your natal chart, find the symbol for Aries. And you know what? We will. Now, can I let me see if this is gonna work. Ah, there's the you can't I can't quite point. You see, I'm pointing
yeah,
to
you're
the Aries.
doing good. Yes.
I kind of did. That's the Aries. It's like right there.
Right.
That's the Aries symbol. Find that on your, yeah, on your chart, and then figure out what house that is. And that will be an area of experience that is being deeply in a very exciting way energized. And you're going to want to move forward in that area, with a real dynamic, fiery energy. As the fire card says, ready to launch. That's the element connected to Aries. Ready to launch. Be bold
And that's
and
one of
resolute.
the things I love about your planner, is that people can track this through the year. As these changes happen, we can say, okay, now it's time for this. It's time for Aries energy. Where's that in my chart? How do I work with that energy?
Absolutely. That's the whole reason I created the planner and I created my
Yeah,
book. It's all about to help you. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. It is a very Aries, my products are very Aries oriented in that way,
that's
because it
true.
really is, how can I empower you? How can I make you independent so that you're not completely dependent on someone like me, right? Yes, you
Right,
should always have an in-depth reading. You're going to get a lot out of it, but you want to continue the journey right on your own.
right,
You want to be able to do things as, I like to say, come talk to me, have a reading with me. And that's like a springboard. It's a jumping off. It's not, then you're like, oh, okay, now I've got something. I've got a lot of tools. Now let me do a deep dive, and you can just do things on your own and record and all of that. That's absolutely right. Yeah. And there's the fire card and there's the Aries card. It says it right on it, new beginnings. New beginnings, actions you take now will yield swift results. Charge ahead with your visionary goals. Charge ahead. Yeah, yeah. And there's the cardinal energy, which is all just do it yourself. And when I talk about when you get the cardinal as an inspirational message, it is a green light. It is do it yourself. Go ahead, get the ball rolling. It's very forward momentum. And then the first house. Aries is connected to the first house. And I love this. This beautiful watercolor by artist Tom Cummins. And all these cards are from the Oracle deck I created with artist Tom Cummins, the Fundamentals of Astrology Oracle card deck, 52 card deck and guidebook. This looks like Rosie the Riveter to me. I love it. What a
You're
perfect
right.
image for Aries and the first house. Think of Rosie the Riveter. Do it yourself. Put your mind, you can do anything, right? Do it yourself.
That's fantastic. That's great.
And also coming up, I'm going to do a special cosmic forces because when two or more are gathered, wow, yeah, big things happen. And I'm going to take advantage of Carolyn Oakley being here, and we're going to do a really special spring equinox cosmic forces at the end of the program. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. But right now, I want to do a spring equinox oracle card spread. I love this spread. It's just going to really help us to get the ball rolling, and it's going to help connect us to our most fearless parts. It is fearless forward momentum energy. And Aries is also very competitive. Yeah, it's about
Mm.
competing. So also look at that. Depending on where you have Aries in your chart, that is an area where you will not only need to compete, you are being encouraged to compete.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if you have Venus in
Interesting.
Aries, you're supposed to compete in love areas. Yeah. So you got your eye on somebody, you got to go for it. You have to make the first move and make that happen generally. So think about it like that. It's an area where you take initiative and you compete. Okay. And if you want to follow along in the 2021 Astro Planner and Workbook, it is on page 50, and I'll just show. Yeah, this is that. And you can get the print version from Amazon or from my shop, Ariel's Astrology, Arielles, astrology.com. You can also get it. It's a digital download, fillable PDF, and it has so many fun astrological activities and tons of oracle card spreads. It's really and beautiful, of course. The gorgeous artwork of artist Tom Cummins. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's 184, 86 pages. It's a lot. So you get to record, you get to do a deep dive in your energy. And so the spring equinox oracle card spread, okay, page 50, if you want to follow along. Now, this does share a little similarity with my new moon spread in that we do need to organize the deck into categories. So now I have most of them. I have most of them already, but I do need to add, since I did pull the cards connected to Aries, I did pull those out. Okay, so okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so I just need to add the planet. Okay, the house, that. Okay, here we go, but the meaning is a little bit different. Okay, so yeah, card one, and we always start with the Aries card. So the Aries card is actually pulled. It's a focus card. I like focus cards. They just
Mhm.
help to say, oh yeah, what is this about? What are we? Because this is saying this is
Right.
really want to be embracing this energy. So you put this at the top of your spread. Okay. Now, all right. So then all right, the element. We're going to take the cards, the four element cards. They have those orange borders. Okay, everything's color coded, right? So immediate comprehension, right? That's what I'm all about. All right. So we're going to pick an element. All right. And this element is a little bit different as it says, uh, the element will help you pursue your dreams fearlessly. Yeah. Okay. All right. This element, if we embrace this element, we will pursue our dreams fearlessly. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, perfect. This is just so perfect. Fire. We got the fire card.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay. All
wow.
systems
Okay.
go.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, this message could not be any clearer. Okay. So if we're going to feel, if this energy, this element energy is going to help us pursue our dreams fearlessly, it really means we are ready to launch. Be bold and resolute. And that is a quote, minus there's like a dirty word in that quote from the Scottish play. Macbeth, I'll just say the name. He says an extra word in there that I can't really put on an oracle card, but so we'll just go with
Or the radio.
be bold and resolute. It is time to take action. I love it. Oh my gosh, how perfect. That really means as a group, because remember, if you're listening to this radio show or podcast, or you're watching this video, you are part of Through the Lens of Astrology. And by your active listening and watching, that's how we form a group. And so these messages really are for you, and they're for me, and they're for Carolyn. And that's how that works. Okay, boy, we are ready to launch. I love it. I love it. Okay, now let's pick a modality. And the modality is going to help you explore your passions, right? Okay, because
Mm.
fire is very passionate energy. So we want, how can we, what energy, what modality is going to help us explore our passions and explore them fearlessly? Okay, here we go. Whoa, you know what? One just fell out. That's it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay. Cardinal.
Cardinal.
Where, you know what this means? It means as a group, we are in sync with the energy. We are really present as a group. That's what this means. Boy, oh boy, this is unification of the group. All right. So if we want to explore our passions, it means don't wait. You're not going to wait for somebody to say, "Oh, what are you thinking of doing? What do you want to do? Well, maybe you should go do that." No, you say, "This is who I am. This is what I want to do. And this is an action that I'm actually going to do it because fire is this." And you're going to go to other people and tell them, "Hey, guess what? I'm doing this, I'm doing that." That kind of thing. And then you can
Yeah.
get people on board. You can still collaborate and have partners. But this is very much embrace individual initiative. Be a self starter right now. Be a self starter.
That's
Go
great.
forward. That is very, very clear messages. Okay, now let me move these over here. Okay. Now, okay, so now we're going to look at the planets. All right. Now, the planets' energies, these are energies that will help to bring you exciting new activities, projects, and relationships. Okay. So this planet's energies is really going to help to bring in fearless energy so that you can fearlessly explore new activities, new projects, and new relationships. Yeah, Aries is new, 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 new. So
Yeah, and it's being really reinforced with these
yeah,
other
isn't it?
cards.
So, and it's either you do something completely new or you find a completely new way to do something old. So, but
Right.
it's new. It's interjecting real newness. This
Right.
is gorgeous. All right. So this planet, okay, is going to help us bring in, okay, new. Okay, here we go. Saturn. Oh my gosh. All right. That is karmic. Saturn is a very karmic planet. Boy, when we get Saturn, we got to really pay attention with everything that's going on because we have options and opportunities to complete karma. And it
Mm.
really means uh, live consciously, live consciously. Because remember, every action we take creates future karma. So, boy, do we want to be taking loving, empathetic, humanitarian, forgiving actions, right? So when we get Saturn, and if you pull Saturn at home, okay, this is saying live consciously. Boy, oh boy, it's more important than ever to be completely present and in balance with the energy, knowing that every action that you are taking will have a profound impact on your future. So make sure that it is above board. Saturn is above board energy. It honors above board energy. This is no time for shortcuts, and this is no time for underhanded behavior. Make sure that your actions reveal your highest, most beautiful parts, right? And we all take, hey, we all have all kinds of emotions and feelings, and we're not always our highest self. When you get Saturn, it says you better be your highest self right now,
Yeah.
because what you're doing will have a lasting, permanent impact. Saturn is permanent, it's longevity. So let's live with integrity. Let's take actions that are full of forgiveness and our highest self. Now, I want to throw this to Carolyn because she has a stellium in Capricorn. Saturn is connected to Capricorn, and Carolyn is very at ease with her Saturn. What's some advice for people? Because sometimes people struggle with Saturn. Do you have any advice?
Well, I just think that's a really interesting card to get with this spread because there's a lot of forward action, there's a lot of forward momentum. And Aries is often associated with aggression, and like you said, it can be competitive, and
Yes.
it can be a little bit like off with his head, kind of thing.
Oh God.
So I just thought that was a really interesting card to pull to sort of say, yes, use this energy to move forward with your pioneering ideas and yeah, keep this idea of just as you said, kind of karmic payback. I think you've often talked about that in relation to Saturn, that you just have to be really above board. I learned at a very young age that I couldn't get away with things. Like it was just going to come right back at me. So it wasn't even worth trying, you know, and that's fine. That's good, because sometimes in our ambition to succeed or, even
Yes.
just to get your own way, sometimes you can end up trouncing on a lot of people. So it's kind of a good balance, I think, to that Aries go for it energy. But
Well,
maybe I'm being too stodgy Capricorn about that.
oh, no, I love what you said, that you realized you couldn't get away with things. People who have a lot of Capricorn or a strong Saturn, they tend not to get away with things
Yeah.
unless they need to play by Saturn's rules. If
Rules,
they do
yes.
things that are underhanded and all of that, they can really suffer. So,
Yep.
and for the rest of us, we may not suffer immediately, but you are creating your future karma. And
Right.
and so Saturn is saying, do you like the actions you're taking right now? Are they representative of your highest self? Because they are determining your future. And so it's a great check in to say, oh, you know what? I could have been a little more forgiving in this situation. Oh, I could have. I could have been kinder. I could have, oh, you know what? I could help that person, or, if we have jealousy or things like that, boy, oh boy, get your karma in check. So not only are you creating future karma, but it is saying actively, this is a time when you can create beautiful karma. All right.
Right.
You can
Right.
move ahead quickly and fearlessly. So get straight with what you want, and you can take some actions that, especially if you've taken some actions that you're not so proud of, you can clear them up very fast. That's
That's
what this
great.
also says when you
That's
combine
great.
Saturn with Aries. Yeah. So think
Right.
about that and say, okay, let's go forward. And Saturn connected to Capricorn is also cardinal energy. So again,
Right.
it's do it, take action. Okay.
Right.
That's
That's
beautiful.
beautiful. And I love that you keep bringing it back to your higher self, because that's really what
Yes.
this show is about. That's what the community is about, that you're building through your radio shows and your podcasts and your YouTube channel. I mean, that's what this is. So that's really beautiful. That's great.
Well, and we're
We have two
all
more cards too.
I know we have two more cards. And it's true. We're all in this together. This group, I mean, we are, there is a beautiful collective consciousness to the group that it
Right.
grows. And when we meditate together, when we listen together, we're all doing these spreads together. The energy grows exponentially and we can help lift each other up. So not only, are we trying to reach our highest self, but we're actively helping each other to do that too by putting energy into this show. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
that's right.
that works.
That's great.
So, okay, now, all right, now is time. Oh, yeah, for the zodiac sign. Okay,
Mm.
so we got 12, we got the 12 zodiac signs. Okay, they all have the purple borders. All right, now the zodiac sign, this is going to help us to fearlessly, again, there's that word, manifest our visionary goals in the real world. And that also means something else, which I'll talk about. But first, let's do the first thing. Okay, so what is the zodiac sign? Okay, the zodiac sign that's going to really help us to manifest our goals fearlessly. Yeah. We're always manifesting, but we manifest in different ways. That's why it's about embracing the energy because that gives us how, right? Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, finally. Oh, this is Gemini. I love it because you know what? We never get Gemini. I got a stellium in
Yeah.
Gemini, and I'm like, we never get Gemini. Am I of any use? It's like,
Oh.
why am I even doing this show? Gemini never comes up. It's like, whoa! Finally, my talents are needed. Okay,
That's fantastic.
okay, all right, Gemini. It's all about Gemini right now. Woohoo! All right, now Mars. Now that's interesting because Mars is in Gemini right now, and Mars is how we take action, and Mars is connected to Aries. All right, so the
Mm.
highest manifestation of Gemini energy is making connections. Is
Mm.
is making connections among things that other people struggle. They're not able to connect. And because a Gemini can say, oh no, I can see how all of this goes together, then it's like a eureka light bulb moment goes off. And then it illuminates an area of knowledge that then other people are like, oh my gosh, that's so helpful. Okay, I wasn't able to put that together. And Gemini also puts people together. It puts
Right.
so this is socializing. This is connecting energy. So
Yeah.
right now we need to actively connect. Okay,
Right.
actively
Right.
connect with people we want to romantically partner with. We want to do projects, professional projects, actively connect with people, socialize. And the other part was what I was going to say for all you Geminis out there, finally, I'm part of the. I just love it. I can't even remember the last time we had a Gemini.
That's
Okay,
funny.
your talents, yeah, for the Geminis out there, your talents are needed at this time. So step up to the plate, make the connections, help others connect. And also, this deals with writing, and this is the mind. Gemini, above all, it's mental. Share your ideas.
Right.
It's verbal. Share your ideas, speak them, lecture. Um, yeah, use them on a radio show.
Yeah.
Share your
Publish.
yeah, exactly. Publish, publish, write.
That,
This
yeah.
is something also if you want to write. I mean, you deal with Saturn and Gemini and forward momentum. You may need to send a karmic letter to somebody. Maybe you have something that you really want to say to somebody that is karmic. So think
Interesting.
about what are the ideas, what do you want to share right now, and help to make those connections. And also it means we all need to connect to our inner joy. Right? This is
Mm.
a card of joy. So Saturn is a little serious, okay? But Gemini is saying we can go forward. We just had that winter solstice and the late degrees of Pisces. Pisces can be connected with grief. It's so much water. We feel so deeply. And so part of between the time of the winter solstice and the spring equinox, it's that time. That's why it's about releasing. It's reviewing, pain, and sometimes there's grief. There's often grief. Let it go. We all got to let that go, okay, to allow lighter energy to find the joy in life, right? To
Right.
connect to our inner child. And as it says, young at heart, release your inner child and rediscover your wondrous sense of play.
That's wonderful. Wow.
Wow.
That's really
Woo!
great for a spring
Isn't
equinox.
it? This is a
Love it.
fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not expect the Gemini. And I was just recently thinking, gee, Gemini never comes up. What am I doing? So do I need to be doing something else?
Because you're holding that Gemini energy for all of us.
Oh,
So,
that's so, you're so
yes.
sweet. Okay. That's the
Yeah.
authority. That is the Capricorn authority chiming in. I'm going to take it. I'm going to listen to that. Okay. Wisdom tradition. Okay, so now, oh yeah, and I also did say, yes, I did say that your talents are needed if you're a Gemini, but also think about people you know who resonate to Gemini energy, okay? And for
Right.
this spread, this is how they're going to help you. They will help you compete, okay? They can help you compete if competition is required, and they can help you succeed.
Okay.
Yeah, and
That's
Gemini
beautiful.
qualities are going to help you compete, which means, yeah, socialize, connect, use your words. Yeah, let
Right.
people know what's going on.
Right.
Gemini can also represent friends and siblings, and
Well, and
they can
it
all come into play.
counteracts, like it sort of says, you've got all this fire, you've got all this Aries, you've got all this independent ideas and movement, but don't do it alone. It's not necessarily alone,
Yeah.
right?
That is, Carolyn, thank you. That's absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely right. Look, Gemini's the twins. Gemini's
Right.
not alone. Gemini always has, now Gemini has a lot of partners.
Right.
It's not just
Right.
one partner, but boy, oh boy, you are right. Gemini's love. It's like that's a great point. Make the connection because they do like there's the duality. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very,
That's
very
great.
social. That is the social aspect. It's, yeah,
Right.
come out of the winter solstice hibernation into a very social, active time.
Right.
That's a great, great, brilliant comment. Okay, so now the next one, for the next and final card, we're going to gather all the house cards, okay? They all have the light green borders. And remember, there are 12 astrological houses, and each house represents an area of experience. And so we're going to find out with this final card the house that represents an area of experience in which I will need to compete in order to completely manifest my pioneering vision. Ooh, this is exciting. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. What is an area that we will need to compete? Which means it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have rivals. It doesn't mean that, but it means you need to be actively doing things to make it happen. That's a little bit different. Just to be clear with what that means. You think that's clear, Carolyn, what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right. First house. This is
Oh
amazing.
my
I
gosh.
can't believe this. Wow. We just got 3 of the Aries cards. This is all Aries. This is
Right.
really saying, wow, this is primarily Aries with karmic words and karmic letters and karmic socializing and karmic information. Gemini is also information. It's like, ooh,
Mm.
this, it also means, yeah, I should have said this. When you get Gemini and Saturn, that means you could be receiving messages and information that is karmic in nature. That means it's like, whoa, that was heavy. Or it's like, even though Gemini is light with Saturn, there could just be, yeah, it's big information coming in that could alter what you're doing in a permanent karmic way. Yeah, so pay
Oh.
extra attention to all messages, to, if you receive the emails, the texting, the all of that, like what are people really saying to you?
Mhm.
Because some very karmic messages can be coming in. Now, first house, this is just saying, look, this is the house of self-reliance.
Mhm.
Embrace the self-starter in you. Initiate your dream project. This is look at the Rosie the Riveter, okay? Do it.
Right, which
Do it.
we talked about
We
earlier.
talked about it.
I
So
know.
this is absolute forward momentum. Go forward. Let all of that winter solstice, just let any grief that's happened. I know we all had a tough year, and just let it go. And we're going to go forward. Is we're going to bring in all the beautiful new beginning energy. And all of this helps to remind us, and I'll talk about this later too, but that we really are lit from within. And this helps to
Mm,
remind us the power
okay,
that we have. We don't
that's
need other people doing this, making us feel this way, making us think. It's we have it inside of us, and it's about
right,
letting that out. So
right.
that's beautiful.
And,
Wow, this
you know,
spread. Wow,
well,
go
that
ahead.
well, I was just gonna say that that just makes me think, Heather, I've been meaning to ask, when we do a spread like this, is it for the season, or is it not just for the season, but it's really for the whole year that we're sort of setting up? You said something about letting
Carolyn.
go of what happened during, from the winter solstice to now. So, yeah, can you
Carolyn, that
speak to
was
that?
yeah. So that's a great question. It is definitely for the time between the spring equinox and summer solstice. It is especially potent for the next 3 months, but you are right. It is in effect all year because it is beginning the entire Western zodiac. So we will want that as an Uber. This will be an Uber spread for the group for the entire year. But I am really strongly encouraging all of you to actively engage in these energies in the next 3 months
Hey,
because
that's great.
that's
Thank
really
you.
what we're
Yeah,
supposed to be doing.
right. Wow, this is a
Yeah.
really exciting. This is a beautiful spread. And like
Isn't
you
it? Oh
said,
my gosh, it's wonderful. Okay,
yeah,
so
really
now,
nice fresh start
isn't it a
after
fresh
a
start? I feel
difficult
so
year.
energized. I'm really looking forward to the cosmic forces that's going to be whoo, that's going to be really nice. Okay.
I There is something that I wanted to share with you, something that Samuel wrote in the introduction to his book From Ecstasy to Lunch. And this might actually be a nice thing to read and contemplate before we do the cosmic
Oh,
forces.
nice.
So yeah, so here I'll read this. It's a few paragraphs, few short paragraphs, and it's just some beautiful words to think about. Like a performance, in this life journey, we go from the state of laughter to sadness, to wonder to confusion, to mystery to joy, etc. This is human condition, from this to that, from that to this. From the clouds to the rain, from winter to summer, from page to page, and every day is a new page in your book of life. So this life is a constant shifting from that to this, and we are the time and space passing over from here, constantly renewing itself every present moment. From a dot to a form, from the cell to the whole organism, from complexity to simplicity, from simplicity to complexity, from hijacked ego to essential self, from binding ego to the true free self, from a chaotic state of being to the journey of the empty space. And though and so therefore, from your ecstasy to your lunch.
Oh, I love
Enjoy.
it. Oh, that is so beautiful,
Isn't
Carolyn.
that
Thank
beautiful?
you. And that is just a perfect transition into the cosmic forces. And I just have to say again, you are so magical, such a magical influence in my life. And I love how you constantly surprise me. And I had no, you brought this wonderful information in about this Ecstasy to Lunch book, this beautiful book. It just, thank you. It
Oh,
really adds so much, and it's in perfect alignment with the energy with what we're doing right now.
you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm delighted to be here, and we'll have to do it again.
Oh,
Certainly for the
absolutely.
summer solstice, if not before.
Absolutely. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. It's becoming a tradition. Okay. So now, all right. So we're going to do the cosmic forces. And I've done this a couple of times on the show. It's a wonderful, it's a very simple, elegant, energy formula. That's what it is. It's an elegant energy formula. And I love things that we can just immediately incorporate into our daily lives that bring instant healing. And you can look up David St. Clair if you want to know more about, I guess he's the one who discovered it. And he was a journalist who really researched metaphysics and uncovered things like this. So you can look up David St. Clair if you want to know more about it. It is called the cosmic forces. So Carolyn and I are going to do it, and you can do it at home. Just remember the first part is verbatim. I say a line, Carolyn repeats it. We do it 3 times, and then I'm going to do a little prayer, and then we say thank you 3 times. So if you're going to do it at home, you got to do it verbatim. But in the middle, you say whatever you want. You open your heart center and you speak from your heart and you say whatever you want. So, okay, Carolyn, you ready?
I'm ready. I love the cosmic forces
Oh, I
formula.
do. They're so
Good.
powerful. Yeah, Carolyn and I
Very
do.
powerful.
We always do them before I do yeah, big event or anything because where
Yeah.
two or more are gathered, all right, magic happens. So if you've got somebody else, do it. Do the cosmic forces with them. Energy magnifies. Okay, so you can just relax. Now, we're going to be seated, but you can stand. And if you're seated, just be relaxed and allow your arms to just be relaxed by your side. Okay. I bring the cosmic forces
I bring the cosmic forces
into my body,
into my body,
asking for strength, protection, and guidance.
asking for strength, protection, and guidance.
I bring the cosmic forces into
I,
my body,
I bring the cosmic forces into my body,
asking for strength, protection, and guidance.
asking for strength, protection, and guidance.
I bring the cosmic forces into my body,
I bring the cosmic forces into my body,
asking for strength, protection, and guidance.
asking for strength, protection, and guidance.
I ask the cosmic forces to come in and surround everyone listening in a beautiful, healing, protective bubble. And this time, it's a very warm, nurturing bubble that is full of the energy of the sun's rays. So there is beautiful brightness and light. And imagine everything is coming to life, the flowers, the grass, everything is green and bright. And as you look around, things are actually getting brighter and brighter. And then you see, oh, okay, the sun is right in front of us. So this is the time, cosmic forces, really. I'm asking my cosmic guides and all the cosmic guides to come in and help us to just walk right toward the sun. I feel this is sort of the only time we can look directly at it. See it in your mind, walk right to it. And then, you know what? I just want you to walk right into it. Just walk right into it and feel the warmth. Just bask in its glow. And then I want you to turn around. And then I want you to look at everything and I want you to think of someone you really hold dear and look at them. And then, start to bring people to mind, people you really love, and bring them to mind and look at them and look at them. And as you look at them, you'll see, oh, wow, okay, their faces are getting brighter and they're getting brighter and they're getting brighter. And you begin to realize that you are really not in the rays of the sun, that you are the sun. You are the sun. And so everyone you look at, it's a gift because they're going to be basking in that beautiful warm glow that you give off. And so for this Aries spring equinox, what a perfect time. What a perfect time to remind us that we are lit from within. That beautiful fire is inside of us. No one has to light us up. We are lit from within. And the spring equinox, it is all about embracing that with our whole body, our whole heart. And the cosmic forces, I really ask you to really come in and help everyone listening to experience that and to really feel that they are the sun. Now go ahead and cross your arms, your right palm on your left shoulder, your left palm on your right shoulder, and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so how did that feel, Carolyn?
Oh, that's beautiful, Heather. Thank you. That was a really beautiful cosmic forces prayer. I always love your prayers, actually. And
Okay.
yeah, it's really very warming and embracing. And I think it's a great way to go forward into the spring and into the astrological year.
Absolutely. That is what it's all about. Is we're going to go forward. We're going to spread our light. And when we do, we illuminate everyone around us and
Right.
everything. And then it just makes everything happen.
Right. That's beautiful.
All right. Well, that's our show. Until next time, enjoy and embrace transformation.